What's up, everybody? I'm a little bit late today. I didn't mean to. I had a few things I had to do today, and I didn't make it to 9:30. Close enough. So today it's going to be kind of laid back. It's going to be a short stream today. We're going to go over different stuff about rock and metal bands, songs, different like two different bands we could compare to each other. Same with the songs, and any question that you guys have, like last time, I'm more than willing to answer, and it should be fun. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's finally inducting Ozzy, or on the inductee list. He better get inducted, I swear. Him, Peter Frampton, Foreigner, Lenny Kravitz, and Oasis. They better be on the induction list. All right. I believe I can. I'm very rusty at it. I haven't played that song in a very long time. Very feedbacky for some reason. Give me a second. What is up with that feedback? I don't know why it's doing that. Apologize. Treble down a bit. Sorry that took forever. Equipment's been a little wacky today. So DB mentioned, you mentioned me that the song thing. So what we're going to be doing today is I want all of you guys to name two songs, and we'll compare them and just see which one's better, and y'all vote, and then I'll kind of play them back and forth, and we'll just kind of discuss about which one's better, about like musically and just overall sound. And then we'll do the same with the bands that we'll name in a minute. But yeah, just go ahead and name 2 songs, and we'll go and compare them. Thanks, man. All right, so we got Blackout by Scorpions, and we need one more song. I love early Scorpions, or you cannot be early Scorpions. Man. I love Rudolph Schenker and his brother Michael. Dang. All right, so we got Blackout by Scorpions and Dokken Into the Fire. Lord of mercy. Can we do a tie? Both those songs are absolutely incredible. George Lynch's playing on Into the Fire and the entire Tooth and Nail album is absolutely incredible. I love George Lynch. George Lynch is one of my favorite players. His playing and that kind of sort of neoclassical turning into kind of late hair metal, I guess you would call it. I don't really know how he would go into that, categorizing it. But his playing on that entire album and just Blackout's my favorite Scorpions album. If you saw on my latest community post, you saw that. I'm sure most of you saw that collage I made, and it had Blackout on, and just everything about those 2 songs are perfect. So, what do you guys think? I just, yeah, I love Blackout. That China White is the most underrated Scorpion songs I've ever heard in my life. China White, Blackout, you don't hear anybody talking about them, and they're perfect gems. It's like every song on Tooth and Nail, like Turn on the Action. It's never talked about for some reason. I really wish it was. I thought I was going to have the opportunity. There's a festival in Gatlinburg. Lynch Mob, Quiet Riot, Great White, Foghat, Tesla, Joan Jett, and Alden Nova are going to be at that festival. I think it's in Gatlinburg. And they're very slacking on their. I follow them on like Facebook and stuff. And I've been following their page for like quite some time just to be able to get information on this festival. And they haven't posted anything in like 2.5 months, which is really kind of like irritating me. But hopefully they end up giving us more info on what's going on. They have a huge announcement on like March 8th, I believe. So hopefully I'll be able to see George Lynch and Broody on stage. That'll just be absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever actually heard Mr. Scary, DB. I'll definitely have to listen to that. I listened to More Testament a lot more recently, and I've been getting into a lot more classical thanks to Randy and Alex Lifeson and Nuno Betancourt, if people don't know. Hey, Brady. Sorry if my voice is a little hoarse. I just got over being sick again. All right, I think we're gonna go move on to bands now that we did the songs. I just like the songs. Just name 2 bands. We'll compare them, obviously musically and like the way that like their album lists and everything about why they're better than the other. You know what I mean. Just name 2 bands and we'll get started on it. Salvation Army. I haven't played that riff in a long time. There you go. All right, so we got Judas Priest, and now we need one more band. I've been really getting into a lot more Judas Priest lately. Jesus Christ. Rob Halford's vocals I've focused more on. It blows my mind how high he can get his voice. It doesn't look like he get that high, but like on Painkiller, I've listened to that entire album on like a loop the past couple days, and Painkiller, God, Jesus, I understand. I stuck to like British Steel, Defenders of the Faith, and Screaming for Vengeance for such a long time that I just kind of ignored the 90s stuff. I've heard of Painkiller and I knew a Painkiller, but I didn't really get into it. And I did like 2 weeks ago, like started to like, okay, I need to venture off into these bands, just kind of like later discography, because I always do like their early stuff because I like that raw sound, like early Metallica and Motorhead. But Painkiller, Jesus, one of the greatest metal albums of all time. I understand why people would put it so high. It's incredible. Slow Ride. I remember how to play that one. I don't even think I learned it a while ago. I just don't think I. That's the only like bit I know of Slow Ride. I learned like the entire thing a long time ago. It's just kind of faded over like the newer stuff that I'm kind of learning. So I hope I pleased your request from what I know. I think also, if it sounds kind of weird, I'm trying to avoid myself to get copyright claimed. So I'm just kind of improvising on certain parts so that way they can't strike. Actually, I've never really gotten into Black Flag. I know some of their stuff, and I know they're like hugely, like majorly popular. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually like physically tried to sit down and listen to Black Flag. I've heard really good things about them. I just don't think I've ever sit down and listened to them. All right, so we got Judas Priest, and we need one more band, and we can get started on that. I don't fully know Helter Skelter. I apologize. That is something I need to learn. I learned Motley Crue's version of that a while ago, but do you want to see any more Beatles stuff? I know a handful amount of Beatles songs. No, but no, I'm not. Okay. Beatles song. I know She Said, She Said. I know In My Life, the first very beginning of it. I know Don't Let Me Down, which I can probably get my effects right for that. A little out of tune, I apologize. Have been home all day. There we go. Okay, now we can get going. It's hard to get George's tone on that. I still try to figure it out. I don't even know how he does it. Well, I appreciate it. I know I'll probably sound cliche, and people probably won't like it, but when it comes to Sabbath, I'm kind of in that niche between early, like Dio Sabbath, and kind of staying in the realm of Ozzy Sabbath because I just really like. I mean, come on, Sabbath. You correlate Sabbath with Ozzy and Bill Ward, but I really like the Dio Sabbath. I also like when Ian Gillan was with it. I really enjoyed Tony Martin. I know a lot of people don't like Tony Martin, but there's a handful of people. There's a community around Tony Martin's material. I also like Seventh Star. A lot of people don't like Seventh Star. I like Danger Zone a lot, and a lot of people don't. Children of the Sea, I do not know. I really apologize. I feel like I'm letting a lot of people down right now because I don't know how to play Helter Skelter. I don't know how to play Children of the Sea, but I will get on that. Yeah, Danger Zone is such an awesome riff. I love that song so much. I got on a kick of obscure Sabbath stuff for a long time. I think I know some Doors. I'm trying to think. I think, if I remember correctly, I think that's how you play the intro to Break On Through the Other Side. Do I know any Periphery? No. If anyone that's been with this channel a long time, I kind of stay away from sort of new stuff. Like anything after 2010, it's not like I hate it. I don't like hate it at all. It's just a matter of being in my comfort zone, and I kind of don't leave it. I have explored a lot of newer alternative stuff, but besides that, I don't really focus on newer modern metal like Periphery and Polyphia and like bands like that. I don't really like gel with. Like when I went to see Avenged Sevenfold, like their openers were really like that modern stuff that I just did not care for. It was kind of sad and kind of, I don't know. I just don't really. Long story short, I don't really care for much more stuff that's being released today. I just really think it doesn't hit the same, if that makes any sense. Say What You Will by Fastway is an incredible. I discovered that song on accident, and I was very pleased to hear that. Like when it was like coming on the mix, I heard it, and I was very confused because I didn't want to look at it. I just kind of waited till the end. I was just like, "What am I hearing? Like, what is this awesomeness that I've never heard before?" And it was "Say What You Will" by Fastway, and I love it. Thank you, Charlie. You know what I'm getting at. I don't really, I don't like newer stuff. I like Royal Blood. If you haven't checked Royal Blood out, they kind of stick to that White Stripes style. I really like them, Cage the Elephant. I like Greta Van Fleet, which for a while they were getting compared to Zeppelin, and which I think is really funny that they started to deny it. But you could tell they were trying to get like that. They were trying to get that feel. My favorite album is the album that's been in my background for ever since I started this channel. The Blizzard of Oz is, and I think always will, the greatest album in my opinion. Just Randy's playing, Bob and Lee's just like tempo and feel that they put in that instrument, and Ozzy's vocals, where I think you could tell is like everything was good again. Like because he left Sabbath, everything was going downhill. Randy and Sharon definitely saved Ozzy, and I think without them, Ozzy definitely wouldn't be not only here musically, but like here physically, like because I think he'd have been dead without Sharon and Randy. So thank God for those two people to save a legend. And I hate that Randy's dead. I really, if there's like two people in mind that comes like to thought when it comes to if I were to ever resurrect any sort of musician or anybody in the past, it'd be Randy and Cliff. Just because there's never been a bassist like Cliff besides like Steve Harris, but when it comes to like Cliff, nobody's ever like kind of topped him. The early stuff he had with Metallica was just gold, and Randy, he's just perfect. There's no other guitarist like Randy, simply because the attitude. He is always humble. He was always nice. You never heard a bad thing about him. His playing was so much more unique and different from any other guitarist at the time. Him and Richie Blackmore kind of paved the way for like what people play now, like neoclassical, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, those two I would definitely resurrect. Him and them two and Dio. You never heard a bad thing about Dio, and it's sad that people get taken away by stupid stuff that's not even their fault, and it's just very sad. Paul. Paul is a really, really good bassist. I don't care what people say. People hate on it and they're like, "Oh, he's too basic." No, he's really good. Yeah, Blizzard is the best. Yeah, Randy. I think without Randy, I don't think I'd be as good as what I am now, simply because he's the main reason why I learned to play guitar. Like when I first saw him play, it changed my life, and I decided I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. Nobody's ever going to tell me different, and I strive every day to be as good as him and to be a good person as him, and just keep that positive, happy spirit into the music and do it for the music, not necessarily notoriety, even though it's cool. And you got to make money, and you like that atmosphere of being like people like chanting your name and people like buying your albums. I think it's about the music, and I love every bit of it, and I don't think I'll ever stop loving it. Yeah, Paul. It's going to be really uh, another day when the music died. Like when Buddy Holly died, like that whole like music is dead and everything. I think when Paul, Ozzy, I think when they two like end up passing away, like in the future, it's the music industry is going to be a lot different, and it's going to be very sad. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm very glad about the rumors of Ozzy releasing another album and that he's going to be doing 2 shows in Birmingham. I'm really happy that Sharon got the opportunity to get him on stage again because that's the wish he had. And I hate it's all the way in Birmingham because I would definitely attend. Oh, Live After Death is perfect. It's one of my favorite live albums. If you look back in the shorts feed, I think it was. If you see the video of me playing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it should be like the video before that of the live albums that I like. You can go check that out. Randy Rhoads and Ozzy tribute, obviously my number one. Song Remains the Same, Zeppelin. Um, Exit Stage Left, perfect. Live After Death, Kiss Alive, Friend Becomes Alive. They're just all perfect. I love listening to them on a loop every day. Same with me, man. I'll cry for, forever. All right, back to what we were getting on. Judas Priest, and we need one more band. I'm just going to do the Beatles since Soggy Waffles is talking about it. First, before we start that, Kurt Cobain. I'm not a huge Nirvana fan at all. I think what they did for the music industry was great, and they kickstarted a new genre and inspired multiple different people. I just think their style and his style, I don't think, like Rolling Stone, they always put him at the top. I'm glad they didn't this year. I don't think Kurt Cobain is a guitar god. I don't think he's a very complete. I think you don't compare him to like Hendrix. You don't compare him to like Page. You don't compare him to like Randy. You compare him to like Johnny Ramone. It was just basic stuff that when you're a basic beginner guitarist and you hear like classic songs like Angus Young, Kirk Hammett, Kurt Cobain. I didn't really look up to Kurt Cobain as a kid because I didn't really like grungy music. But like DB. He's a very average guitarist. I don't think he's the greatest. I don't think he's nowhere near what people rank him. But he's average. I don't think he's a terrible guitarist. I think some of the stuff that he made was great, and I think some of the stuff he did on MTV Unplugged, I think his version of The Man That Sold the World, I think that's a really, really good cover, and I think Bowie would be really proud of it. I will say I probably get like a lot of people getting mad about that. I think the best thing that came out of Nirvana was Foo Fighters. I think that's the best thing that Nirvana ever did was Foo Fighters, simply because Dave Grohl left when Kurt died, which sucks because I hate like people get to that mind state. Don't get to that. That's just I think it's stupid when people get to that. Like live life. Life is you only get one chance and just live it to the fullest. Don't let people tell you to do this and that and just don't let people affect you. Like be happy and just live every moment and enjoy it. See, I told you I'd spark some controversy. I think Nirvana's good, but I just like Foo Fighters better. I think Dave Grohl without. I think Dave Grohl was better off with Nirvana. I think Nirvana was great, but I like Foo Fighters better. But that's just my own opinion. I know it doesn't, like, this is just my opinion. Don't take this to, like, me trying to make a point, like, this is the right answer. It's not always the right answer. It's just my opinion, and I just like to share it with you guys. Yeah, I think his playing on God, what's that song called? Jesus, it was on in utero. I think it was called. It was All Apologies. I think All Apologies and The Man That Sold the World was really great because I think that's like personally my two favorite Nirvana songs when it comes to that. Yeah, I agree. All right. So since we talked about like DB named Judas Priest, and we've been talking about the Beatles, Nirvana, uh, let's just compare the Beatles to Judas Priest, and then we'll compare Judas Priest to Nirvana. We'll start with the Beatles and Judas Priest. Tie. Actually, no. I'd kind of side with the Beatles on this one simply because, I mean, Jesus Christ, the Beatles, without them, there wouldn't be music. As like, I mean, you wouldn't have Sabbath, you wouldn't have all these bands that emerged from the Beatles and Sabbath, which I'm thinking about making a video on, is the Beatles and Sabbath, how they created what we listen to now today as some of the greatest bands of all time. Judas Priest immersed from that, like disposal of the Beatles and Sabbath. So I think the Beatles takes the cake on that one. And when it comes to Judas Priest and Nirvana, I like Judas Priest more than I like Nirvana, simply because I like metal more than I like grunge. They're both great. I just like Judas Priest. Rob's vocals, Glenn Tipton and KK Downing are absolutely incredible, and I'd love to see Judas Priest live. It'd be an absolute dream come true. I'd love to see them, Iron Maiden, obviously Ozzy, Metallica, all the classics. Oh yeah, I love Tesla, man. Tesla does not get talked about as much as it should. I agree with DB. My favorite Tesla song is Modern Day Cowboy, but I also love Love Song. I love the entire Radio Controversy album. I love Mechanical Resonance. Just everything Tesla's made has been pretty good. And it's I just they don't get talked about enough, like Dokken or Great White or Alta Nova. Alta Nova is so underrated. I wish Alta Nova would get talked about a whole lot more. Yeah, sorry. Omega Spaghetti. This is a JS22. Uh, I think it's like $200, but this thing is absolutely perfect. I love everything Jackson has made. Jackson's my go-to guitar brand. Alongside it is Gibson, obviously. Hey Pat, what's up, man? And J.K. Lee doesn't get talked about enough either. I love everything like Badlands and Bark of the Moon and Ultimate Sin. I know Ozzy doesn't like the Ultimate Sin simply because I think it was just the state he was at when making that album. I heard he wasn't all there because of obviously the stuff that he was taking, the substances that he was indulging at the time was not enough for him to be there physically or mentally. But I really enjoy the Ultimate Sin, and it's just really underrated. I think it's one of the greatest metal albums of all time, along with like Painkiller and it's a really great album. I start to ramble and I start to steer away from what the topic we're actually talking about. All right, let's do two more songs. So I'm gonna have you guys name two songs, and we'll compare them. All right, Bark of the Moon and White Room. Two very, very, very good songs. I love. Let's start off with White Room. Everything Clapton did, I don't think Clapton ever did a bad thing. Like when he was with the Beatles for a very short while, and when he was with Cream, Jerking the Dominoes, just everything Eric Clapton ever did was perfect. And I think White Room is a great example of why Eric Clapton was perfect. And Bark of the Moon is obviously just a classic. Metal, absolute metal classic. Jake Lee's performance on that entire album and song was just incredible. It's really hard to compare them because they're both great. Yeah, Yardbirds, I'm sorry. Just everything Clapton did, and I know like the Yardbirds, Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page were in that. When it comes to Bark of the Moon and White Room, I had to go with Bark of the Moon simply because I'm more of an Ozzy fan, and I really resonate with Ozzy's music and their guitarists. I mean, Ozzy worked with some of the absolute greatest guitarists of all time. Randy, Jake, Zach, Brad Gillis for a short bit. It was just absolutely insane about the people he worked with. And when he was with Sabbath, Tony Iommi, Jesus Christ. But yeah, when it comes to White Room and Bark of the Moon, I'm going to go with Bark of the Moon. No, I'm not. You are so lucky to have been able to go to that concert, dude. I think we're going to end this stream right now. I got a few things I got to do before everything starts to like the day ends and everything. But yeah, I think we're going to end the stream here. Thank you guys. Thank you for everyone to that joined. I'm very thankful for all of you. We got 8 people watching at the moment, I believe, if that's correct. Updating. It was a pretty good stream. I'm very glad, like I said, for everyone that showed up. Thank you. You guys are the best audience. I have the greatest fans, dude. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll probably do another stream sometime, maybe later in this month or next month sometime. But it'll definitely be sometime soon. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you when I post a new video and do another stream. See you guys.